Hey, what's up? It's your coach, Dr. J here. We are going to talk about Shakeology. What is it? Is it worth it? What's going on with it? Is it a big hoax? Does it actually do what it says? If you're listening to this, that means that either somebody sent you here because you had some questions, thought this might answer them. Could be that you accidentally stumbled upon it and you're about to close out on this window and listen and look at something else. Or maybe you're one of my coaches in one of my basics groups and I told you to watch it. So we watched so many videos about Shakeology, about this quote-unquote magic shake. Is it really everything that it says it is? What's the big deal? And I've listened to a bunch of videos, I've done a bunch of blogs, and I figured I might as well do a little video on my whole take and what's the big deal, because I actually don't think it's a very big deal. I think it's very clear about what it does, and either it interests you or it doesn't. I happen to be drinking my today's greenberry, by the way. So I kind of have all the flavors and just whatever I feel like doing, and then I have it. And I just got back from surgery, so I definitely need this because I passed out in my own closet today, which is not a good thing, especially when you got a security guy that is installing the security system and sees your feet dangling out the closet and thinks you're dead. Getting back on topic. So, Shakeology. This is your packet. It says, drink Shakeology once a day to help you lose weight, reduce cravings, feel energized, improve digestion and regularity. What's inside? Protein, aminos, antioxidants, digestive enzymes, prebiotics, phytonutrients, blah, 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 blah. So, what is the big deal? How does it compare with everything else that's on the market? Because I'm sure you guys have heard there's Isogenics, there's Body by V, and there's all these people that are saying, well, what's better, and how does this compare, and et cetera, et cetera. I've tried most of them, and they're all claimed to be these all-nutrition shakes. So I think we know that they're not a magic shake, it's not a protein shake, it's not an energy shake, a weight loss shake. It's, your complete nutrition. So it gives you everything, basically dense fuel, in one action of taking a shake. So that's great. But again, how does it compare with all the other products? And all these other network marketing companies, they have their own version of their quote-unquote Shakeology and their complete nutrition. To be honest with you, and I'm, as a board-certified pediatric dentist, I talk with parents a lot about diet and nutrition, and I've done a lot of research on it. But I really elect to kind of stay away from that when I'm talking to people about it, because in comparing the actual ingredients with other competitors, because all I know is the way that it makes me feel. And so if you're listening to this or you want some advice and someone's asking, well, is it any good? What does it do for you? Just be honest. Don't talk about some other testimonial. Talk about what it does for you. So for me personally, I had always been a healthy eater. When I started having Shakeology, I was just looking for an easier way to not have all these, all this. I used to have this green superfood shake, and I was just tired of going to Whole Foods and buying everything, and it was just exhausting. So if I could move to something that's a lot more abbreviated, but yet get the same results, then that would be great. And so that's actually what's happened. I've been on it for almost 2 years, and it's been almost 5 years since I've been sick. I think because of my stress level's gone down. I exercise more. I think Shakeology is part of it. I do realize I'm more regular now. My digestion is better. My blood sugar and everything had always been good. But I feel good. And so, when people say, well, is it worth it? Is it expensive? I have no idea if it's worth it. I mean, for me, I like taking it. Sometimes I'll take one, sometimes I'll take 2 a day, and I think it's great. I mean, it makes me feel good. It is part of my diet. I drink a lot of water, I eat clean, I work out, and I take my Shakeology. Why that over other things? Well, that's because it's part of the company that I work for, which is Beachbody. Beachbody, provides the complete triad of developing your mind, fueling your body, and embracing movement. So why would I try another? If it's not broke, don't fix it. Obviously, I'm going to represent the product that's part of the company that has the whole structure, and it makes me feel good. Would another product make me feel even better? I mean, it just depends on what your motivation is. So for me, I love it, and I take it several times a day. Cost is not an issue because cost is not an issue, and so I take it every day. So what about the person that is really struggling with Shakeology and wondering, is it worth the price? And, it seems really expensive. And we break it down and we say, well, it's only $4 a meal. You replace lunch with it. It all comes down to what their initial why is and their initial motivation. They have to have a strong enough reason to want to spend money for a shake. Doesn't make a difference if it's going to make them healthy, if they're going to lose weight. They have to want to do it bad enough. People buy purses, ridiculous amounts of money. They'll wear a purse twice, some women. And yet, why do they feel compelled to do it? Because their motivation, the pleasure that they see at the other end of the tunnel after they get that purse is so great that it's worth it for them. So that's what, exercise or Shakeology, that's what that person needs to exude to you. They need to have such a need and that they are ready to, at all costs, try something. And it's up to us to teach them how to see their positive goal at the other end. Like, what's going to happen when you start taking Shakeology, when you start exercising, when you start, feeling better, reading some personal development. So when Shakeology is just part of that, and it frees up time to do other things. Now, you go with their specific why and their motivation. They want to lose weight, et cetera, et cetera. Well, you got to find out what they're doing currently. What are you doing now? Okay, you're taking Body by V, this and that. Were you happy with it? Well, yeah, I'm happy with it. Da 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 da. Well, stop right there. If they're happy with it, then you do not need to be selling them something else. You need to find out that if they're happy with it, but they wish there was something better, well, then that's where you step in and say, well, I'll tell you what, I can't guarantee the results, but with Shakeology, this is what I feel, and I think it's worth a shot. It's a money-back guarantee, and let's give it a month, and I think it's going to change your life. And your conviction and your purpose and your testimony is going to get everybody on the same train as you, because you're being honest. You're not talking about testimonials of other people. This person, got off this, medication, and this person lost all this weight. I mean, those are great. It's good to show people success stories, but the person's buying it from you, and they trust you. And be honest. Don't be ashamed that you're making a commission off Shakeology. You're a sales. Pretend like you're a salesperson. Okay, even though we're like sharesmen, not salesmen, so to speak. We spend a lot of time learning about our products, representing the products, and so it's important to be very honest about the fact that we hope that they enjoy the product and that you make a commission on the products that you're able to to sell to them that help them move closer towards their goal. So I kind of just leave it at that. It was, this is kind of at the last minute I decided to do this video because there's a lot of people that were asking me about, how do I deal with objections with Shakeology and all this stuff, and we make it too hard. It's, why do you have to take Shakeology as a coach? Because you have to have a testimonial. If it doesn't do a thing for you, then be honest and say, hey, listen, it's not doing a thing for you. You're probably not going to, then don't expect to represent Shakeology better. But for everybody that I know, it does something, amazing. It makes you feel good. Is it psychosomatic? Is it really doing something? Or is it just in my head? Well, who cares? I wake up, I feel great, I feel like I'm a part of something, and I take it twice a day. So, for me, it feels great. And it's worth it. And that's worth any amount of money. I love my happiness. And it's, when you're able to take a step back and find out what's motivating the person that's talking to you, I never get price objections now. You know why? Because cut it off, before that happens. If someone gives you a price objection, they're not ready. Then you just keep planting seeds. They're not ready to find out about that exercise program that you want to do, that challenge group. There's a way to be succinct about it. There's a way to be to plant seeds, and that's by your testimonial and by being a product of the product and your conviction. But there is no formula. The formula is you. You're gonna have people that are gonna want to trust you, and then let the compound effect take place. So I think I'll end it there. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to email me, message me. The links are all below. So have a good night, guys. Bye.